If you guys saw my last update video, I want to say it was with my cat or something like that, if I remember correctly. I showed you guys right at the start the mess that had accumulated in my office, and I kind of made fun of myself saying, hey, this is getting a little bit out of hand. I should really clean this up, but it's kind of funny. Take a look at it. Well, what, 2 weeks later now? It's not better. It's far worse. It's more than double the size, so I'm going to show you it again. Because you can't even make this up. Like, I've tried actually making piles of stuff for thumbnails and cool pictures and stuff, but this is just next level disaster. Like, if I'm on the next season of Hoarders, don't be surprised, because clearly I'm actually a little bit disgusted at myself at how unorganized or how much of a pile I've let accumulate. I've got this big office now, which is great because I have all this space to basically just do whatever I need to do in terms of making videos. And obviously I've been very busy with making videos, but my desire to put things away is almost non-existent. So I guess take a second to admire the disaster that I've created for myself. But anyways, that's the SR4U Osvis. That's not the reason why I'm making this video. I'm making this video to actually show you guys some of the new arrivals that I'm going to be reviewing on the channel very soon. And I apologize because there's a lot of stuff that I know you guys are wanting to see. The new Ocean Storm pack from Adidas, as well as obviously the new Techcraft packs from Nike. Unfortunately, guys, a lot of this stuff was unveiled, but it's still on pre-order. They're not actually available anywhere. As soon as they're in stock, though, I will be getting them in and doing reviews. Anyways, this is the first product that a lot of you guys have been asking about. This is the Under Armour Spotlight 2.0, the latest boot from Under Armour. And the interesting aspect of this is the fact that it has a zipper. It isn't actually laceless, as you guys can see, and I've tried them on. I've kind of messed around with them a little bit. You can see the lacing system inside or underneath the lace cover right there. Basically, it's a neoprene covering. Then there's these two side pieces with the lacing system, and then there's a giant lace cover that is fastened in place by a zipper. The shoe itself looks interesting, to say the least. I personally don't think it's the most attractive thing in the world. The upper material itself does feel quite good, being a microfiber synthetic. And then it's got this new glass composite sole plate with a pretty interesting stud pattern as well. So it's got some redeeming qualities to it, but aesthetically right off the bat, while this means nothing to the actual performance of the shoe, I don't think it's the best looking product in the world. But again, review on these coming very soon. I know a lot of you guys have been asking about those. Next to these, I have the Puma One 17.1 Luxe. So this is the Luxe version of the Puma One 17.1, to say the least. You can see it's got this metallic orange sole plate, which is pretty cool, and this really nice kind of almost all blackout style color. It's got the holographic Puma form stripe right there. Definitely a lot better looking than the launch colorway, I would say. But in terms of actual differences from this one, from the Luxe version and the regular one, it's quite simply just a colorway. It's got a little bit of this kind of, I don't know if that would be snake skin or crocodile skin. It's got kind of this scaly pattern to it, although it is a synthetic material, where the Puma One 17.1, the regular colorway, would normally be synthetic as well. So this is basically just a new colorway with a slightly different name, rather than an actual different shoe. Normally the Luxe models in the past from Puma have actually been higher quality leathers. That's not the case here. This is the same leather upper as on the regular one. Anyways, we have a really interesting shoe here. This is the Superfly 5 in the Neymar Written in the Stars colorway. Obviously, Neymar just got his first ever signature Mercurial model, but they also made it as an entire Mercurial line, which does include the Superfly 5, which obviously Neymar himself does not wear. So kind of interesting that they did include this shoe in the pack. It looks quite good in the form of a Superfly, but of course we'll be taking a closer look, a detailed look, in a full review video coming soon. I also have these guys right here. This is the brand new New Balance Puron 3.0. New Balance is a company kind of like Under Armour, where they've had some hits and they've had some misses. The original Puron I thought was downright unwearable. I didn't like it very much. The Puron 2.0, definitely a huge improvement, but still not my personal favorite. And this, to me, just based on how the upper feels, and I haven't really experienced them too much right now, I don't know all the specific details on them, this upper feels really, really good. It's probably my personal favorite feel out of the box, in hand at least, in terms of all the New Balance uppers that we've had so far. Definitely an interesting colorway choice in this kind of army green with the pink and the neon green. Not the most attractive shoe, I would say, but definitely very, very interesting, and curious to get a little bit more time in these and just have a better idea of what they're all about. So look out for a video on those very soon. I also got these in. This is the Puma Evopower Vigor 1 in the graphic colorway, which a lot of you guys have been asking me if this is different from the regular version. It's got a little bit of a different texturing on the surface of the upper, and obviously the pattern is different in terms of the logos and graphics, but the shoe itself is identical. There's nothing that is physically different about this versus the standard colorways. It's just basically a colorway variation, kind of like the Puma One 17.1 Luxe. So video on those coming soon. Then I also got something pretty interesting here. This is a Nike Tiempo Rio 4. So this is below the Legera 4. Retail on this is $45 US, which is very, very cheap, but they aren't actually leather. It's actually not really much like any of the other Tiempo models in the line, but it is kind of a fairly super budget, extreme budget model that you will find at a lot of kind of major sports stores that are selling to kind of younger kids. This is not something that's meant as a serious boot, but I figured I would bring a pair in to do a review just to see how they do compare to other shoes that are obviously going to be a lot more expensive. So stay tuned for a video on that. Let me know if that's something you guys would even be interested in at all. And then I also got 2 match balls in, the new Champions League match balls. So you can see this is the winter ball variation that they'll likely never ever use, but you can go ahead and buy in this bright orange color. And then here's the one that you're going to see pretty much through the majority of the tournament until they get to the knockout stages. This is the Champions League ball. So it's white base, star panels, obviously, and the design this year, or the theme this year, is basically lightning bolts, which actually looks pretty cool. Although the graphic itself doesn't seem to be the clearest, in my opinion. It doesn't look incredible. Not my personal favorite Champions League ball, but I do like the color scheme with the black and the lighter and the darker blue all incorporated into one. Let me know what you guys think of the new Champions League ball. Do you guys want to see reviews on these 2 match balls as well? Anyways, guys, that is it for this quick update video. You guys got to look at what is coming on the channel. Of course, as always with these videos, let me know down below in the comments which of these products you'd like to see reviewed first. Whatever gets the most amount of requests is generally the product I'll get to reviewing right away. I apologize for, again, not putting out the latest products as soon as they release as of late, but unfortunately, guys, some of that is out of my control. Sometimes, especially as of late, they're unveiling the products, but they're not actually available upon the unveiling, and they're not available until 2-3 weeks, sometimes even a month later. So I'll get to them as soon as I can. Don't worry, as long as it's new, as long as it's from one of the major brands, I'm going to be reviewing it. Sometimes it's just going to take a week or 2 until I can get it in. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to support it with a like. Any questions for me, leave them down below in the comments as well, and I definitely will get an answer out to you. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all of my social media information linked down below in the description as well. If you don't follow me on Instagram, Facebook, whatever it may be sure to go do that. That's all linked down below. It is in every single video. That's pretty much it though, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your continued support on the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.